Getting ready, everybody, and going live. Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for some storms that are approaching the Grand Forks area. Right now, located in Nelson County, here's what you need to know and when they may arrive in the FM area coming up on this update of Hutch's weather.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
Well, I hope your weekend is off to a good start. A solid line of thunderstorms. And again, this looks solid on the radar. A lot of you ask, why does it seem to split when it comes near me? Well, the radar is depicting, as that beam is expanding as it goes away from the radar, what looks like a solid line of thunderstorms. And indeed, they're individual cells, as you see here. Now, we do have a warning in effect for the Highway 200 corridor through parts of Griggs and Steele County and parts of southern western Grand Forks County for the Northwood area as well as Nelson County. So, here we go. Cooperstown, Sheridan, these areas here have a chance at this storm working its way through in the next few moments. Let's go ahead and get the latest from the Weather Service. We're expecting 3/4 inch diameter hail, so marginally severe. Not huge, but certainly could cause some damage. It's the wind gust potential from this storm to 60 miles per hour out there that we want to let you know about. So here's a look at the line of storms moving into Sharon right now. We'll be in the Sharon area by 4:05, 4:29 on towards Northwood with this storm. We'll analyze some more facts about the storm, but right now this quick look at the radar showing that the composite scan showing this some of the largest reflectivities are heading in the general direction this hour of the Sharon area. Now, the northern branch of this storm moving more northeasterly here. You see these blue boxes? That's a very large area where we're expecting strong but not necessarily severe thunderstorms at this time. Sandra, thanks for watching. Nathan, thanks for watching as well. So if you're in Northwood, batten up the hatches, get yourself into that interior room, staying away from windows, and expect the possibility for some gusty winds. These winds will come at you from the west. Now, a quick look at the radar. Moving out of Jamestown right now, you can see the pink on this one, possibly capable of some significant hail as well. This storm moving northeast towards Spiritwood Lake and Leal, as well as Daisy as we go through the next few minutes. So at 4:02, or essentially now, it's in Spiritwood, but it'll be working its way towards Daisy by 4:46 and Leal as well. So that's a stout thunderstorm there. Now you can see the distance these storms are away from places like Fargo, Grand Forks, Grafton, Park River. You have some strong storms pushing into your area right now as well. Timing those for you. Inkster, by now, those storms will be over you. Are they severe? No, they're not up to the level that we would expect them to be, bringing 1-inch diameter hail or 60 mile per hour winds, but we could see some 45 mile per hour gusts, maybe near 50 miles per hour as they blow their way through Park River on towards Grafton, out of Lankin and heading its way out toward the I-29 corridor there as well. Cheryl Johnson, thanks for joining. Good afternoon to you in Park Rapids. Now, we'll talk a little bit more here briefly about when these storms will be and where. But this particular line here heading in the general direction of Grafton by 422, Minto 429, and on towards the I-29 corridor at Drayton by around 335 or so. So that's about the timing we're expecting that to make its way in. Now, the storms themselves, right now, as we take a measurement from the leading edge of the storms, you can see the general movement is just a little bit north of east here, heading in toward Grand Forks. So I'm going to get a distance measurement from just a little bit south west of Grand Forks. It's 29 miles away, and the average movement of these storms right now, let's see here, I'm going to have to click on that. Okay, now we'll clear that line and we'll go ahead and take a look at the storms that are heading in the general direction of Grand Forks are generally moving at 30 miles per hour. We're 1 hour away. Last night I said to you around 5 p.m. for the Grand Forks area. That looks to be right on the money. Now, what about Fargo? When will these storms make their way towards Fargo? Let's get to Valley City first. So storms exiting Jamestown right now, moving northeast like this. So they look like they're right on the doorstep of Valley City, but they're going to cross north of you before hitting you and see cells down to the south that'll have the better chance at getting to you. Again, about 1 hour away from Valley City. And now as we time out when these puppies might make their way into the Fargo-Moorhead area, they're a long ways away. Let's track these ones near Edgeley, moving in that northeasterly direction. They'll be in West Fargo. Well, they're 100 miles away, 97 miles away. They're moving at 30 miles per hour. It's about 3 hours away or so. So we'll add 3 hours to this, 7 o'clock. What Hutch say last night, timing these storms out? About 7 o'clock. Now they can accelerate a little bit. Here's my thought. My gut instinct is the storms on the far southern flanks will have the most clean air to work with, and therefore have a better chance at seeing some more stout thunderstorm activity heading into your evening hours. So it does look like there'll be a chance for you folks at Ribfest as we approach the 7 o'clock time frame for these to move through. They're going to be hit and miss. It does not mean it will hit Ribfest, but they will be passing, or the cold front will be passing in the area and delivering those storms in and around the 7 o'clock time frame heading into your evening tonight. Now, we do have some showers on the backside of this, a strong puppy out here south of Lytton and making its way out of Emmons County and crossing its way into that Wishick area right now in the Green Lake area near Wishick and Ashley. And that's what's going on. So here is a look then. Let's take a look at the storm systems itself with the local radar here in Mayville. And again, what we're looking at here, it looks a lot more pixelated, but it tells me more information from the lowest level scan that's going on right now. Hi, Deb. Hi, Julie. Good to have you on from Grand Forks. So I'm timing these out about 1 hour, a little bit less than that, 50 minutes or so. They'll be in the Grand Forks area right now. We're seeing the strongest cell moving in towards Findlay. Now, this particular cell here, what's going on with it? Well, let's take a look at the spin and see if there's any spin in the storms. This was not expected to be the case, and I'm not seeing a lot of strong spin with this particular storm, but there is some shear on the leading edge of the storm as it approaches Findlay right here. Nothing too concerning there, but a strong thunderstorm with the main potential being gusty winds. So because this is looking, the radar beam is looking right into the westerly winds, there's going to be a pretty good estimate of the wind speeds that the Doppler radar is measuring in the lowest slice of the atmosphere here by looking at the velocity data. So that's what we'll do real quickly as I switch this over to not storm relative velocity, but the velocity itself. And what we're going to see here as we look in the general vicinity of Findlay are some measurements of the wind speeds with regard to this particular cell. So where we see the bright greens here, let's see if I can just do this. So it's measuring about 50 to 55 mile per hour winds off the ground, not on the ground. That doesn't mean that's what you're going to measure on the ground, but the potential is there for some of this to get mixed down toward the ground as the rain collapses from these storms, and maybe even some hail as well. So wind gusts upwards of 50, maybe 55 miles per hour. It looks like some of the strongest winds are right in the vicinity of Findlay at this particular time. We have some pretty strong gusts exiting the Sharon area at this time. Hi, Christy says. Christy says hi, I should say. West Fargo going to get hit hard tonight. I just covered that moments ago. But I think around the 7 o'clock time frame, West Fargo will have a chance at storms. But as I was saying moments ago, these storms look like a solid line. That's not the case. This is called a composite scan, and it's taking slices out of the atmosphere. The farther the radar beam gets away, it makes the storm look like it's one huge storm. Not necessarily the case. Look at this little bite taken out of the storm there, right where we were seeing a little bit of the spin going on outside there. But when we take a look at the unfiltered data and unsmoothed radar data, I like to look at the pixelated data. Here's one thunderstorm cell. Here's another thunderstorm cell. So it's not a solid wall of thunder and lightning and heavy rain heading towards you. That's why a warning gets issued for a huge area, but we have just this smaller area of impact by the largest hail potential. And here, do you see this little faint green line? This is called an outflow boundary. This rain and wind collapsing out of the storm hits the ground and rushes out and can cause a pretty fair gusty wind that's moving through Findlay now and on its way down the Highway 200 corridor there. So that gust front is being created by the outflow from the thunderstorm. So gusty wind. So you can see the storms, the strongest cell right here with windy thunderstorms along the entire line. It's these cells near Northwood now that will be heading in the general direction of Grand Forks, and I got them timed being about an hour away. Thank you so very, very much. Wahpeton. What's Wahpeton looking like? Well, it'll be a little bit later for the far southern valley, so let me get you out there as we take a look. So I was out working in the yard. That's why I look like I've been working in the yard today, and I did expect storms, and here we go. Now, there are no storms that are showing up on this radar down near the Wahpeton Breckenridge area. Let's switch over to the Aberdeen radar. We have one way out at Mobridge. Do you know how long that storm cell is going to take to get out to the Wahpeton Breckenridge area? It's going to be a long time. I'm going to estimate that Richland County and the Wahpeton area will not see storms until closer to 8 or 9 p.m. Right now, as we measure how far away this is, 185 miles away, moving at about 30 miles per hour. They can speed up. but 18 divided by 30, that's 6 hours away. That's 10 o'clock at night. So let's go with about 8 to 9 o'clock at night before they reach the Breckenridge area. Will it hit the town? Hard to tell. A thunderstorm can meander 5 miles north and they get buckets of rain while you get very little. So that's what's going on right now. If you do get pictures of the storms, that would be great, but I do want to share this with you. It's not all thunder and bad news here. This is good news. We need the rain, but as hutchesweather.com will show you, some of you have been sharing some of the weekend views across the region. I'll share this with you right quick as we take a look at hutchesweather.com. You go to the viewer picks section, you can scroll down just a little bit and you'll see it, and check out here where you can view the gallery. Today, we've had sightings of bears and deers across parts of Minnesota. This beautiful shot here, rural Gary, Minnesota. Thanks so much, Angela. Look at that baby out there hopping, following mama deer through the woods there. Thank you for sharing your photo, and look at this. Oh, this bears a sneaky resemblance to somebody, but I don't know if they found a honeypot. Lauren, thank you very much. I appreciate you, and thank you for sending stars my way. You know, you don't want to cross paths with the mama bear out there, but it looks like she's asking if there might happen to be a honeypot nearby. So thanks for uploading your photos, and you can do the same, whether it's when it's safe to do so. Maybe a little hail. Give me a measurement with a ruler next to it. Share a picture with all of us. So for now, severe thunderstorm warning for parts of southwestern Grand Forks County is in effect right now. I'll get you back to the radar here. And that does not include Grand Forks at this particular time. We do have strong thunderstorms moving into the general direction of the Northwood area at this time. The strongest cell moving over Findlay, not into Northwood. So this northern branch here, gusty storms are on their way. This is the main storm here with a little outflow boundary that we can see right here with this faint green line. That's where the gusty winds, those winds will be from the west. So you want to batten down the lawn furniture, the deck furniture, if you will, and be prepared for some gusty storms there. One thunderstorm warning at this time. Again, check out hutchesweather.com anytime, anywhere. And if you type in or allow my website to know your location, you'll get the warnings right at the top of your page. And we've added something new thanks to my good friend Joe. Check out just above Hutch's head here where it says update location. Let's do that together. We're going to change this location to Northwood. So together you click on the update location button in the upper corner. We're going to type in Northwood, North Dakota. Northwood. Okay, if I could spell gooder. There we go. Northwood, North Dakota, USA. We type that in, boom, the forecast switches. Oh, we have a weather alert for Northwood. Let's expand that and see what it says. Oh, by golly, there's a severe thunderstorm warning. So if you allow hutchesweather.com to follow your location, you can use this to get special weather statements right from the National Weather Service office and warnings as well. No matter where you go, hutchesweather.com is there to keep you up to date with the storms. Check it often as these storms approach your area. I'll let people know what's going on from time to time too. I'm not expecting this to be a long-lived event here. It's going to go into the evening hours. Here's a quick peek at that forecast. Your forecast for tonight, according to this model. Let's see if it's out to lunch or not. Meh. It looks pretty good. This model is doing better than it was yesterday, so we'll use this one here. Okay, so here's the timing of the storms as we go through the evening hours. You got to subtract 5 hours from 24. That's 1,900 hours. That would be about, well, 7 o'clock. So at 7 o'clock, they're moving into Fargo. What was Hutch saying last night? 7 o'clock. So that's my ETA for the Fargo area between 6:30 and 7:30. Storms blasting through a brief period of windy thunderstorms. Isolated severe cannot be ruled out tonight in our area. Now, as we go towards 8 o'clock, they're ripping into parts of Lakes Country out here, but notice the intensity on this particular model tends to dwindle a little bit, and they continue to shove their way east as we head towards 10 to 11 o'clock tonight. Hi, from Stick in Beltrami. Hi, Stick. I hope things are going well with you. Beltrami, well, let's go back up the train just a little bit. The thunderstorms will be working their way into your neck of the woods as we cross into the 7 p.m. time frame for you and for Fargo and for you folks out here in Lisbon and Gwinner as well. That's the time frame. How about Waubun, we say? Well, let's take a look at Waubun as we look right up in here, and boom, we're looking at about, well, 8 o'clock or so. So between 7 and 8 for you and Waubun, Greg. How about Comstock? Tiffany, Comstock right here. You're going to be very close at 7 p.m. time frame that Fargo will be, but maybe a little bit later. So let's go with 7:24. The storms will be working their way through the Comstock area and working into parts of Minnesota. If you are hanging out with my good friend Paul Bunyan, expect those storms to be about 8:30 or so. Greg, thank you for the question. Brandon, thank you for joining. Are the storms coming for Moorhead? Here you go. Here's Moorhead, 7 p.m. or just a little bit later. Does it mean the storm will hit Fargo Moorhead? No. But the line will move through. The greatest chance of storms in Fargo, in Moorhead, in Dilworth, in Hawley, Felton, our area will be right around that 7 p.m. time frame. West Fargo, just a pinch sooner, right? Because they're coming from the west. So you know how storms go. We can have a storm move through the FM area and North Fargo gets an inch of rain and West Fargo gets 0. So that's how it's going to be. Hey, from Minto, good to see you, Jane. I got to tell you what, as we look up here in the Northern Valley, your storms will arrive a little bit sooner because there's this slant from northeast to southwest of the storm. So you'll be done with these systems and storms by the time we get to the dinner hour and beyond. Go out, kick your feet out on the deck, and hopefully nothing too windy or dangerous made its way through your area. Bagley, hey, in Bagley, Clearwater County, right here you go, Bagley. Okay, so let's time it out. Boom, right there's that yellow dot. That is right at 8 o'clock tonight. So about 7:45 to 8 o'clock, I expect this chance of storms to move through. The way it looks right now. Sometimes these storms will accelerate and get a little faster when they start creating their own wind. We're camping at Fort Ransom. Hopefully not too bad. Sean, you have a wonderful time. And I hope you find Hutch's weather useful at the campground. Share it with a friend out there if you don't mind. Let them know Hutch's weather got you covered. And you can use the latest on hutchesweather.com anytime. So for now, let's take a look at the warned storm warning here one more time. These storms will be continuing to exit. Oh, I should finish the forecast. I got distracted. Did you see that squirrel? I sure did. Okay, here we go. Forecast into the late evening hours shows our thunderstorm line working its way through. As we go through the 11 to 12 o'clock time frame, these storms are blasting into the Arrowhead of Minnesota. And for you folks in and around St. Cloud, for you folks up here and in Duluth, it won't be getting to you guys until about 2 a.m. And notice the intensity will decrease as well. Thanks for all the stars y'all are sending. You are the most goodest. Let's see. It says property insurance adjuster here from the Valley City. We'll be busy. Thanks for your updates. You're welcome. And I sure hope, Joshua, that the adjusters don't have too much work to do. Oh boy, we've got some hail reports here showing up on the radar and what looks like an intensifying storm in Barnes County, oddly enough. Okay, let's take a look at that. That's the strongest storm on the radar beam right now is in Valley City area, moving into northwestern Barnes County. Do you see this Spiritwood Lake report here? Let's see. Hey, for those of you in Spiritwood Lake, 9/10 of an inch hail. That's 1/10 of an inch away from severe criteria there. So this storm here moving into Barnes County, I do think has the potential for some severe level hail with it. Close to 1 inch diameter hail. Let's check the wind gusts with this. Harder to measure the wind gust when I'm expecting wind gusts to come straight from the west, but the radar beam is coming up here from Mayville. It can't give me a great estimate. We'd have to do some trigonometry to calculate or estimate the wind speeds here. So it's not easy to do, and it's not always that accurate to do when we're talking about a little gusty area of wind. So we'll just watch this together as we take a look at the velocity display here. I am not seeing a lot of spin or shear areas of red combined with the green there. Let's go take the storm motion out of this and see what we see. A little bit of weak spin right here south of Leal. A little bit of weak spin just off to the east of Montpelier out there, out in Stutzman County in the southern part there, south and east of the Jamestown area. So that's what we have going on moving into the Rogers area. So there is a little bit of weak shear along that line out there as it works its way into the eastern third of North Dakota. So let's take a look at the single site radar data here. Mayville, let's time this out, shall we? Okay, there's a big blue box around Valley City to Tower City. The big blue box means that we have 50-mile-per-hour wind gust potential determined by the National Weather Service and about, well, let's say nickel-sized hail. That's what the 0.88 is. That's the diameter of a nickel. The largest hail potential right now appears to be near Leal and on in down to the south, right on Interstate 94. We did get one hail report at Spiritwood of 9/10 of an inch hail, mostly small, but a few good-sized hailstones that were nickel-sized, and that's the 0.88 or 9/10 of an inch report there. So this storm system here, let's see. It's moving east-northeast at about 39 miles per hour, says the National Weather Service. Now, I'm going to take a look at the estimated ETA of this. Do you see this line here? It's on the leading edge of the light rain. Here's the main core of the storm right here. So let's go ahead and measure from that location. Let Hutch grab out his pencil. And I'm going to, oopsies. Let's do it this way. Sorry about that. We'll do a manual track of this cell right here to the east of Valley City, and it's moving off to the east at about 40 miles per hour. So we'll put it right here, and it should be near Valley City by 4:51, Ariska by 5:05, and Tower City by 5:13. So that's a look at that cell that's heading due east along Interstate 94 corridor right now. So let's clear that out. Boom, boom, boom. Let's hit the clear button. Okay, now this hailer right here, let's see where it's heading. So we'll go ahead and track that guy. And let's go right here where the hail core is, moving off to the east at about 40 miles per hour. We'll put it right there. And that'll be near Page by 5:11. That's quite a bit of time away there. So it'll be a while before it gets into the Cass County area. So mainly across rural portions of the county here as we're looking at Barnes County. Now, let's take a look too with this as I move this over to the east just a pinch here and show you that if you happen to be north of Valley City here on the big old lake, right, Lake Ashtabula, this cell will be making its way towards your cabin areas as well. So if you happen to be in a camp or a cabin, please keep this in mind. Some gusty thunderstorms will be blowing through. This whole line isn't severe or anything. In fact, there's no severe warning on it, but it could create hail up to about nickel in size is what we have a history of. From time to time, it may pulse up and get close to 1-inch diameter hail, which would be severe. Gusty winds in isolated locations could be upwards of 50 to 55 miles per hour, the way it looks to Hutch right now. Edgeley, we got a lightning strike not far from your area and Cullum right now, but that cell not too severe. A little bit of pink beginning to show up in that developing thunderstorm cell right there. And now here's what's left of our warning. The warned storm is moving east at 33 miles per hour, 3/4 inch diameter hail, gusts of wind up to 60 miles per hour could be possible from this cell as it's working its way east right along towards Mayville right now. And again, this warning is in effect until 5:45. So for the next 15, let's go with 18 minutes, 17 minutes or so. Here's the update on the storm itself. The strongest storm was approaching down here near Findlay, and it's still strongest on the Highway 200 corridor and points south. Just a little bit of lightning with this, but some gusty wind. We were noting this light green line here. That is an outflow boundary, and along the outflow boundary, look what fired up. The outflow from one thunderstorm cell that's collapsing here has developed another one here just south and east of Northwood. So this is the strongest part of the cell right here. It's moving through and towards the Portland area, moving off to the east at about 35 miles per hour. As far as the crow flies for this, as we look in towards Mayville and Portland, it's about 15 miles away or so from Portland, and it is about 20 miles away from the island out there at Mayville, 20.5 miles away. So that's what's going on there. This storm is going to continue to move east at about 30 miles per hour. So it's still a fair amount of time. And you have till just after 5 p.m. before it makes its way into the Mayville area. Let me clear out this line. And let me give you a manual track of this guy moving to the east. Ooh, gee whiz. What did I do here? Let's go ahead and delete that. That looks like a mess, Hutch Johnson. Okay, clear it. Now let's go here and let's move east at 33 miles per hour. Puts it near Portland by 5:02 and Mayville by 5:06. Severe thunderstorm warning. If you do get severe weather when it's safe to do so, severe weather would be broken tree branches. If you have broken tree branches, what's the diameter of the largest branches that have been snapped? That's helpful information for the National Weather Service. You can pass that along to your National Weather Service office. And again, thanks to all of you who've been sharing stars. It's just wonderful to have your support here on Hutch's Weather. Mandy's asking, do you think it will hold together and hit Fargo? A couple times I've addressed this, but essentially it looks like a solid line of storms. It's not. They're individual thunderstorm cells. So it's not uncommon to see what looks like a solid line heading towards Fargo split and go around us. And sometimes Fargo gets nothing, and areas near Harwood get it all. So in honesty, I can't tell you if the storm is going to hit Fargo because these cells pop up, rain, die, new cells form along that line. The line will be here close to the 7 o'clock hour. So I'll say that again, Mandy, about 7 o'clock will be the chance of thunderstorms in and around the FM area. That includes West Fargo, Harwood, it includes Horace, and it includes Dilworth in that area, anywhere in there. Moorhead as well. we are in the path of the storms, and we'll keep you posted. So that's what's going on right now. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I'll be back with updates as we go through the evening. Strongest cells right now appear to me to be pushing into Barnes County right now, northern Barnes County, with some hail potential that could be up to nickels in size and some gust of wind that could be present as well. What time the storms come into Moorhead, Brandon? I think I just answered that. And hey, it's good to see you, Stick. Thanks for watching as well. Looking up to the far north, it's just crossing into the Hallock area and Pembina, making that border crossing and pushing into Minnesota. Drayton, you're seeing those showers and storms move through here at the 5:30 time frame, moving in towards Grand Forks and areas north of Grand Forks now. And let's go ahead and measure how far the showers and thunderstorms are. The latest scan just came in. Grand Forks, you're 17 miles away. It's moving at about 30 miles per hour. It'll be about 30 minutes. 5 o'clock. Still seems like a good estimate. Marie, thank you for watching. Getting ready, 8 miles north of Valley City. Thank you. Yeah, batten down the hatches just north of the Valley City area. We do have a pretty stout thunderstorm here. As the crow flies, the strongest storm is moving right through Rogers right now. So we can measure from the Sanborn area here to Rogers. It's only about 9 miles north of Sanborn. It's moving into Rogers. That's the hail core. If you're in Rogers, if you're near Daisy, Leal, and these areas, let us know what size hail you got. You can upload your photos when it's safe to do so to hutchesweather.com to the photo upload section. So I appreciate all of you who have done that. North of Dickey, we have a little storm out there, and the Edgeley area, Lamore County. So keep that in mind. These cells are moving to the east-northeast at about 35 miles per hour or so. Thanks again for your questions and for your stars and for your comments. So severe thunderstorm warning does continue for our viewers out there in and around southern Grand Forks County, in and around the Griggs County area is all but clear right now, but in Steele County, the storms are moving right through central Steele County. So Griggs County, you've been cleared from that warning, and it's now just this little segment right here. And that warning is in effect, as we mentioned just moments ago. Let's see here. Oops, I got to get rid of that crosshair there. That warning, just to remind myself, is in effect until 5:45. So for the next 13 minutes or so. All right, that's what's going on right now. I will be back here as these storms make their way through the Grand Forks area. I'll keep my eyes on things as we're heading into the evening hours for Fargo. If you are heading out to the Rib Fest, just be aware around the 7 o'clock time frame is when the chance of storms will begin to increase. So for activities out there at Rib Fest, just kind of be wary. We could have some gusty winds making their way through the Rib Fest festivities out there at the Fargo Dome heading into the evening hours. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Remember, you can get the very latest on hutchesweather.com anytime, anywhere, and there is the interactive radar up there, and we went over how you can change the location or allow the program to follow you so you can get the warnings as they come into your area right there on hutchesweather.com. For now, meteorologist Hutch Johnson, I'm going to go grab a drink of water, and we'll keep our eyes on the skies for you. You're watching Hutch's Weather. Thanks for following me on Facebook, and please take a moment and go to YouTube and look for Hutch's Weather and hit the subscribe button there. I would love to have your following or subscriptions there as well. You can hit the notification bell to be notified when Hutch has new information or